everyone, and welcome back to CSC 151 Computer Applications. This is going to be the follow-along assignment in for HTML. So first things first, obviously make sure you've renamed your website something that makes sense. If you don't remember where to go with that, I do remember that I put that in the introductory video to Glitch. So what I'm going to make here is I'm going to make something that couples together most of what we've gone over in the videos and make it into one big giant website. So I've got a little cheat sheet off to the side here in case you ever see my mouse go across here, just because I want to generally recreate everything the way I had it already set up. So first things first, we have ourselves our body and whatnot. I'm going to do something that I haven't actually done in any of these videos before, and that's make a comment. So a comment is basically a tag, and from here to here, anything that's in here is essentially ignored by the computer. So I'm going to make, certain things about this page, and I'll make a, banner goes here, because we're going to have a top banner of the website. And then at some point in time, we're going to have ourselves the buttons, or I guess I should say the links to other pages. And then we're also going to have, at some point in this, we're going to have the About page. We're going to have the page content, I guess we should say. So I'm going to note, so I know that this is going to happen here, this will happen here, and this will happen there. So I set it up just for my eyes to be able to read it and see what's happening and going on. So with that being said, the first things first that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the body style to be a background wheat. And now it's a nice little tan or whatnot. And I'm going to make a banner. So to do that, I'm going to make a table. And the table is going to have a style equals width will be 815 pixels. I'll also make the text align center. I will also make the font size 50 pixels. I will also make the background black. Also make the background black, and I'll make the color white. So there's my table. That's all the stuff that's going to change about it. So there we go. And first things first, let me change the tr style equals height, and I'll make the height 100 pixels. Ooh, not 200 and 100. 100, just 100 pixels. And I will go and make one cell, so one cell for TD. And that one cell is going to have literally Restaurant Monticchio. And there's the name Restaurant Monticchio. It's nice, big, it's centered. And of course, in theory, we're making this for like an actual web page that's actually zoomed out. So if I were to, zoom out some, here's what the actual result would wind up looking like. But I just want to make sure that we can see the code, so I'm going to keep this zoomed in, just so everyone can always wind up seeing the code. So there we go. And that's, my first little table row. I'll make another table row here. And that table row will just have inside of it a table data point. And I'm going to make sure that that table data point is going to have an image. Okay? So I'm going to have inside this img. And I'm going to need to get myself an image. So I'm making a restaurant. Let me go with a food banner. Images. And you know what? That's a nice looking food banner right there. I'm just going to click that one. Right click. Open image in new tab. There we go. Copy. And I'll go and put that in the image src equals, boom. And now I've got myself this Restaurant Monticchio. There's its little image, little icon, whatever. Boom. And that's the end of my table. I have done the banner. The banner is done. So now I just need to get some links to the other pages. What other pages? Well, you know what? Let me add some pages. So, file. What would we have here as far as things we could have? We could have apps for appetizers.html. And I can also add myself another file for drinks.html. And we can also have ourselves a desserts. Desserts has 2 S's, I believe. .html. No, wait, no, that's desert. Deserts. One moment. 2 S's. There's 2 S's in desserts. Dessert.html. And I will also add a dinner button. Dinner.html. There we go. So I've got apps, dessert, dinner, and drinks. And I'll be back on my index page now, and I can, just sort of shrink this back down and work on this for the time being. So I'll make myself another table. And this table is going to have a tr with a style of height 50 pixels, background light green, and then I'll also have text. Okay, that was text align center, text align center, and then I'll also have a font size 30 pixels. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And in that, I will have a TD style equals width 200 pixels. Because I'm just doing math here because I have a thing that's 815 pixels across, 200, 200, 200, 200. That'll be 800, which will leave me 15 pixels left over. I'm just doing math to make these buttons kind of evenly distribute across the underneath the ad here. So there we go, 200 pixels. And I need to put that in quotes. And I'll just have that added down, because inside here what I'm going to have is I'm going to have an anchor. And that anchor is going to go to href equals apps.html. And that'll be my appetizers. And there's the appetizer button. If I click it, I should go to a blank page. I went to a blank page successfully. So I'm just going to do this and copy and put some of these guys in there. But instead of having the apps.com, I'll have one that, the apps, I'll have the, I'll have one for drinks. Did I name it drink or drinks? I named it drinks. So this one will go to the drinks option. And this one was dinner. So I'll have that be the dinner option. And of course, dessert always comes last, so I'll change that one to dessert. Did I name it dessert or desserts? I named it dessert. Okay. Yeah, there's 2 S's in dessert. So now I've got those guys right there. And that should have, in theory, wound up making everything aligned. Oh, that's right, because I have this. That's right, because I have this currently shrunken in. If I were to zoom this out, this would in fact be like that, the way it's supposed to look. So yes, I did the math correctly, it's just when it's zoomed in, it looks kind of weird. Matter of fact, it looks generally okay right then, and it's just when it gets crunched by the screen, that's when it gets screwy like that. Okay, so yes, if at any point in time you're confused if you did your math wrong, just zoom out. So, here we go. And in theory, that's the end of my links to other pages done, because this, in theory, won't change much at all. And there we go. We'll have the next page will be the page content. So let's go and make a paragraph. And that'll be the style P. So in this, I will make the style equal something, and it'll be a background white. It'll have a font size 24 pixels. I will change the text align to center. And I'll change the padding to 20 pixels. And then I'll also change the width to, I know I did this for a reason, 780 pixels. And in that, I will have the text just say simply, about us. And then I will make myself another paragraph. And I'll make this paragraph, the style to be equal to background white, font size 24 pixels, basically almost the same thing. Text align, though, will be justify. Justify. Padding will still be 20 pixels. But the color will be dark gray. And the width will be 780. And that will allow me to, in this paragraph, Restaurant Monticchio. Helps when I can spell restaurant. Restaurant Monticchio is an example website for a fake company at for CSE 151 at Lincoln University. So now if I were to zoom this all out and boop, 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 you will notice I have myself a working-ish web page that is just designed to look like something like this. And I'll just, keep typing and typing more stuff. Like, in this example, we've gone over tables, links, new pages. We've also gone over, style changes, images, etc. Please watch video 2 in this series to continue with the follow-along assignment. Because if you haven't noticed, we still have 4 pages to make. And there we go. That is our first page of our fake website right here. Nice, neat, clean, and easy. I'm just going to stop the video here just for the sake of not having the recording get corrupted, and I'll continue on with the next part of it in the next video. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. If it doesn't look like this right now, of course, obviously put your own name instead of mine, then go back, keep watching the video, pause, take a look at the code, so on and so forth, and then follow me along in the next video. See you then.